All right, let's talk Pittsburgh Steelers. The AFC North leading Pittsburgh Steelers at 6-2 heading into their bye. This team is doing a lot better than people expected. Give credit to Tomlin, give credit to this defense. How about Russell Wilson as well? But this is a team that got an opportunity here to potentially build off their success the first half of the year, maybe make a run and finally end the playoff losing streak they've had since 2016. They're actually now linked to a massive trade that could really help this team out. Great news for Pittsburgh. I'm Nick, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, the Steelers team at 6-2 with two kind of weird blemishes in the middle of their run right there against Indy and Dallas. They've been playing really good football. Russell Wilson has really stepped his game up. A lot of playmakers emerging on offense finally. But there's the thought there in Pittsburgh, and not incorrectly, that there may be one guy short, right? Obviously, Pickens is a star. Freiermuth is solid. Running game is decent. Austin's a big play guy. But the reality is they probably need one more additional playmaker to round out this offense. And it looks like they finally may be ready to pull it off and get that big trade. Let's pull up this report courtesy of Athlon Sports. Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda is reporting that the Steelers are interested in trading for one of three receivers: Darius Slayton with the Giants, Mike Williams with the Jets, and Courtland Sutton with the Denver Broncos. Sutton was another receiver I mentioned in the same article that could be on the move before the trading deadline, Pauline wrote. I am told the Steelers have a lot of interest in the Broncos wideout, but it's a matter of the team meeting Denver's asking price, which I'm told is high. Look, I think at this point, the Steelers should be aggressive, right? They're first place in the division, for God's sakes, right? You've got a veteran quarterback who's not, getting any younger. Be aggressive. Go for it. I'm looking for Omar Khan to make a big trade here. Miles, I'm curious what your thoughts are on this. But first, Steelers fans, in the comment section below, at 6-2, your first place, give us your mid-season, we'll call it, MVP for Pittsburgh so far. Is it Watt? Is it Wilson coming on strong in the last couple games? Is it somebody else? Give us your mid-season MVP on this Pittsburgh squad and put it in the comment section below. But Miles, what are your thoughts on this latest news for Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Nick, obviously, anyone who has two eyes would know that this would be a good move for Pittsburgh to get themselves another top-tier receiver. The offense, especially with the emergence of Russell Wilson, the passing game in particular, it's looked good. Everyone, again, who has two eyes knows Russell Wilson throws a beautiful deep ball. This is a guy who can do a lot of special things with the football, but they need one more guy. Pickens is good, but I think we know the Steelers have been best when they had two really solid wide receivers that opened up the game for each other. Namely, we can think back most recently, Juju Smith-Schuster, Antonio Brown. That was a combo that was absolutely deadly. But I also like here that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a couple of different options on the table. I know Courtland Sutton seems like the best guy, and like you said, they should be aggressive and go after one of the better guys, but they're not coming out here and saying, okay, we're all in on Courtland Sutton. We're going to take whatever we get with him. There's still Omar Khan, the con artist. He's playing some ball here saying, hey, we want Courtland Sutton, but we want him at the right price because also we kind of like Darius Slayton as well. And we kind of like Mike Williams with the Jets. So not our eggs are not all in one basket. There's a couple of options on the table, but I read this as those other two names to me aren't even close to the level of a guy like Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton is a rising star. The other two guys are kind of like Darius Slayton's mid. Mike Williams probably on the way down. So I think that this is a really smart move by Pittsburgh, by Omar Khan to come out, smoke screen again, say, hey, Courtland Sutton's great, but we want him at the right price, and if we can't get him, we got two other options on the table. I don't necessarily think there's two other options on the table. I think they're going to shoot for the moon with Courtland Sutton, but I really like how they've prefaced all of this together.
Miles, who is the Steelers' top competition for the AFC North right now?
Definitely the Ravens, probably.
Who is the league worst in giving up passing yards per game in the NFL right now?
Definitely Baltimore.
And that's all you need to know, right? This is the Steelers. This is Omar Khan, I think, taking advantage of that opportunity. They understand, rightly so, as the schedule and the AFC North brutalness takes hold the second half of the year, that they're going to have to beat Baltimore at least once. They're going to have to split with the Ravens, may have to beat them twice, depending on how the matchup with the Bengals goes. Bengals, by the way, have a bad defense. So again, this is a playmaker addition that can help them against Cincinnati. I look at those matchups against the Browns, Bengals, and Ravens. This is a team that probably, if they want to win the division, have to go 4-2 at least during those 6 games. That's doable because the Browns have their issues, even though Jameis Winston has given them a spark, undeniably so. And the Bengals are still talented if they ever can figure out how to play football. The Ravens, of course, are still a very good football team, but their pass defense is atrocious. If the Steelers are focused and they add weapons at the right spots, they can go to toe-to-toe against the Baltimore Ravens. We know the Steelers defense, just because it's an AFC North battle, can do some things to slow down this high-powered Ravens offense with the running game. The Bengals matchup is going to be very interesting. I think for me, adding another playmaker is the right move to make. You have an opportunity here for Pittsburgh because the Ravens, they lost a close game against the Chiefs week 1. They somehow lost against the Raiders, which is inexcusable. And of course, they got beat last week by Cleveland. You have the Bengals on a down year. The Browns they're like a debacle, or at least they were with Watson. We'll see what happens with Jameis Winston. This is your opportunity. This is the best chance the Steelers have had, I think, since 2020 when they started like 10-0, 11-0 before they flamed out the second half of the year. This is the best chance the Steelers have to have a home playoff game since 2020, and maybe the best chance to get a playoff victory since 2016. Omar Khan and the Steelers leadership would be smart to take advantage of this opportunity. I love Cortland Sutton, but at least at any point, you got to be aggressive. Go after another playmaker to help out Russell Wilson and make a real move. You got a chance here to win the division. You got to be aggressive. You got to go for it. I'm looking for him to pull off this big time trade.